Good morning on this beautiful Monday for our very last, it's the 10th of this series in our Mindful Monday Yoga. So it's lovely to have you, and whether you're watching later on or online, it's been a lovely 10 sessions, and I have my 4-year-old daughter home today with me, unfortunately. So if I get interrupted, please forgive me. It's just the way it is when you go live at these things. So let's get started. I'll just type some things on here. Beautiful. So let's get started. Take off my glasses because it always feels nice to get into the zone for yoga. You want to really feel your practice from the inside out. It's not about how it looks. I try and not even think about that. It's really how it feels. So join me on the mat. We're going to start standing today because why not? It's very grounding to start in our mountain pose, and we can do our mindfulness from here as a lovely start to the week. So feel the soles of the feet. See if you can check in with every little toe on your feet. And we'll take a few breaths here, just grounding into the pose. So feel the breath go all the way into the soles of the feet, and then exhale all the way out. So you want to let go of all the stress of the weekend or the week that's gone. It's a new one. Let's make it a good one. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Set your intention. And let's set the intention for the whole week if you like. And then just go macro, go smaller, and think about what you want just for this hour for yourself, just for you. Just one word maybe. And we'll start to breathe here. Beautiful. Let's do a couple of arm movements with our breath, just getting into the feel of it. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale. Exhale. And just see if you can start to slow it down and do it with your own breath in your own time. And down. Beautiful. And then from there, we'll bring our fingertips to the ears. We'll start to warm up the upper cervical spine here. So just do a couple of little rotations left to right. Keep the knees soft. You might like to go a little faster. And we're just going to be breathing and twisting, really dynamic. Let's have some fun with this today. That's the most important thing as well. Beautiful. Release. Just notice that blood flow through the body as it starts to warm up. And then we'll just cross the arms and bring them overhead here. So we're just going to do a couple of side bends with your breath. Keep the knees soft. So exhale, one side. Inhale up and go the other way. So we're going to do this a few more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bend. A couple of breaths in the pose if you like, or you can keep moving. And coming back to our center, a little bend over here. So we're going to do the same thing. Fingertips to the side of the ears and a little twist, but nice bent knees here. And we'll just go side to side. So similar to what we did, except we get a bit more rotation when we bend at the hips. So really starting to shake off all that stress and tension. Starting the week right. Getting in tune with your body, your breath and your mind. And slowly come up. That might make you a bit dizzy for a bit, so we'll take a few breaths in our mountain. Shoulders down, maybe the palms out, little softness in the knees. core is on, shoulders rolled back. And then just make the back of the neck a little bit taller so that you get space in the whole torso here. And hopefully you can't hear my 4-year-old munching on her corn chips in the background. Keep breathing in your mountain. Beautiful. So we'll do a couple of, again, some more dynamic movements with our arms and our breath. So inhaling to lift. Exhale, do a big so we're haring out the stress and the arms come down. So inhale. And throw the arms down. Give it a bit of a, so lion's breath if you like. Inhale. And this time, when we inhale, we're going to hinge at the hips and go all the way down. So inhale to lift. Exhale, hinge at the hips and let the arms and everything flop down. And inhale to lift up. Do it again. Exhale, har out the stress. Inhale to lift. Feels good, doesn't it? Inhale. And one more. Beautiful. So you're probably feeling like, oh yeah, that's good. Get a bit of movement into the body. So let's stretch out the arms. And we'll do a couple of shoulder rotations here, but just get a bit of space in the heart and the chest here. Open up, maybe a little arch in the back. Beautiful. And then roll the shoulders over and roll them back. Maybe look up, maybe lift up. Rolling round, lifting up. Beautiful. Bring those fingertips to the elbows once more, and we'll do some so we're rounding the back of the spine and the shoulder blade, looking down, and inhale to arch the spine. This is if the elbows are coming back together. Inhale to arch. Beautiful. So we'll do a couple more of these, really rotating the back and spine. That should feel really good on the upper back here. And exhale. One more. Beautiful. Back to stillness. Let's do some neck stretches here because it always is important. The neck is extremely important to our well-being. Ear to shoulder. We're just going to move with your breath, nice and gentle, side to side to start. Feels like we're a bit flowy this morning. Lovely. One more. Back to center, and we'll go left to right. Nice gentle rotations. Keep breathing, of course. Back to center. Let's draw a circle with your nose, as if you're Pinocchio and you want to draw big circles on a whiteboard in front of you. Beautiful. Come to stillness and go the opposite direction. Lovely. So feeling warm here. Let's do a few shoulder rotations. And the other way as well. Beautiful. And let's interlace the hands, and we'll do that rotation of the spine once more, but the hands are coming outwards. Gives the forearm a little stretch at the same time. Inhale to lift up. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Interlace the hands behind you and open up the heart space. Beautiful. Breathe for a breath or two here, and then release and come back to our heart. Interlace, round the spine, look down. Inhale to lift, reach for the skies. Exhale, interlace the hands behind you. See if you can get the wrists as close together as possible. Open up the heart, breathe here. And on your next exhale, we'll just release back to center. We'll do the third round. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release. Interlace the hands and use the arms to create space in the chest. And exhale, release. Back to our heart. We'll take a breath here. Beautiful. So for our palm tree pose today, we did these ones before, which was a nice little warm up, but we'll bring the palms together this time. You can even have the 2 forefingers together and clasp the fingers, or you can have the hands together, your choice. And we're just going to get a bit of space, make sure we're nice and tall and the knees are a little bit soft. And we'll do some side to side, very slow, gentle movements. You don't have to go to your edge because there you will stop breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale to bend. Inhale to lift, exhale to bend. And we'll do one more either side. You can go as slow or at the pace that feels right for you. Keeping the elbows, of course, in line with the ears. Inhale. Exhale. And lifting up. Beautiful. Give the hands and the arms a bit of a shake and the whole body starting to feel that beautiful blood flow. And then we'll do a bit of a sort of a moon salutation variation here. So we've already done our side to side bends, but we're going to do them one more time. So inhale to lift. Clasp the palms together. Do some side to side. Beautiful. Come back to center and then step out to one side. Beautiful. We're going to do a little bit of a lunge here. Bring the hands together. You might have to step the foot out even further. Little lunge. Come up and we're preparing for our triangle. So one foot will be facing that way and the back foot will be perpendicular to the back of the mat. Triangle pose here. Use the leg to support the chest to rotate up and see if you can look and feel it following our fingertips. Beautiful. And then bend that knee, come back to the lunge on the side. Depending on how you feel and how warm you feel this morning, you might even be able to rotate that foot forwards a little bit, lift up the back toes and come further down. Inhale to lift. Let's heel toe the feet in. And bring the hands up, do some side bends. And this time we'll step the other way. Little lunge. Might have to create a bit more depth in the lunge here. Keep the foot out as far as possible. Coming back up, we're preparing for triangle. So one foot is straight and the back foot is perpendicular to the back of the mat. Weight over our front knee just a little and then rotate the chest using the leg as support here. Look at the ceiling if you can. Beautiful. Bring the hands back down. Let's do that lunge again. Then you may need to adjust here if you're feeling warm enough. You might like to lift those toes on the other side. That foot will come around and we'll go a little further to the ground. Beautiful. Inhale, come up. Let's heel toe those feet in. Lifting the arms all the way up. Side bend. Hands back to center. Take a breath. I'm going to lead you through a little warrior advances, warrior retreats, originally done by Paul Grilly. Feels a little bit Qigong-ish, Tai Chi-ish, so it will feel quite strange to start, but we'll give it a go, hey? It's the last one of the series, why not? So we're just going to start in the middle. Take a few breaths here, remembering that intention you set at the start. We're just going to really embody that for the next little while. So with our warrior advances retreats, we start at one end of the mat. You'll find you end up going back and forth from one end to the other. So let's ground our energy here. You can move really slow. It's quite dynamic, but fairly slow as well. Breathe. So on the inhale, you're going to lift the left leg. So inhaling the arms up and lifting the left leg. Hold here if you can. Beautiful. Exhale, bring that leg back as the arms go back for our lunge. Like a warrior, we open out the hips and chest, except we are going to use opposite hands as we move. So we're going to go to the back of the mat now, and this front arm will go that way. So rotating around for our warrior. Beautiful. Warrior, but you can lean as far as you like, stretch the mat, and then rotate and go the other way. So it's opposite arm to leg here. Beautiful. Third one. Lovely. Then come all the way back up to the front where you started. We're just going to do a little lunge here. Hence why we were warming up our lunges before. Arm behind you, this arm in front. And then you're going to do a big circle. So rotating all the way around and back where we started. Lovely. Then we're going to go to the other end of the mat to where we started. See if you can lift the leg at the same time. And hold. And down. Good job. So this time we'll lift the right leg to start. Inhale. Exhale, stepping all the way back for the lunge. And this would be our normal warrior. Chest open, hip open. Except this front arm is going to rotate to help us do the movement. So coming to the other side of the mat. Inhale, rotate back. Opposite arm to opposite leg. One more. Third warrior moving, advances. And then back to where we started. Little lunge here. And then we're going to do a big circle, rotating all the way around and back to that end. Beautiful. Then we're going to go back to where we started right at the beginning. See if you can lift the back leg as we come all the way up. And a little wobble. And exhale. Down. So we'll do all that again using the whole mat, using our whole body. Inhale the leg up. Exhale, see if you can step back to our lunge. We'll open out to our warrior two temporarily before we do our traveling warrior. So that front arm is going to guide you to rotate to the other end of the mat, stretching out. And then one more. Third traveling or advancing warrior. Come to our lunge. Rotate. Big circle back to where we started. And then we're going to end up at the other end of the mat. See if you can lift the leg. And place the leg down. Inhale. Exhale, come back to our warrior two temporarily. And then that front arm is going to guide us for our traveling, advancing retreats warrior. Rotate to the other end. Inhale, third warrior, moving, retreating, advancing. Inhale, come back to the lunge. Do a circle. And then we're going to end up all the way back where we started. See if you can lift the back leg. Exhale. Beautiful. That'll get the heart pumping, won't it, on a Monday? Such a lovely, beautiful way of moving through our poses. Take a breath. Back to our mountain, grounding our energy. Let's bring our hands back to our heart center. Beautiful. Do one big inhale with the arms up and we'll do a forward fold from there. Exhale, forward fold. Let the knees bend a little so the tummy can rest here. The neck is going to hang nice and loose. Amy, shush. It's my 4-year-old in the background. And exhale. Let it all out here. You might like to interlace the arms. Hang out here for a while. Maybe go left to right. Just really letting the lower back release here. Make sure you're not straining the neck or head or jaw. Beautiful. And then we're going to roll up. So little bit by little bit, see if you can feel each part of the spine as we come all the way up. How good does that feel? Do a little rotation, maybe a little wriggle and a shake. And we'll do that one more time. Exhale all the way down. Release the head. Let everything hang here. Maybe walk the hands over to one side this time. And maybe over to the other side. Back to center, releasing all the tension and stress in the body. Beautiful, and roll up once more. Gorgeous. Lovely work. So from here, we're going to go into just a few more shoulder stretches. I'm going to use a strap. You can use a tea towel if you like, or you might even just feel into it without using either of those props. So we're just going to do what's called cow face arms. So some people can interlace their fingers behind the back and do it that way. If you need that little bit of assistance and you don't want to overstrain, just use a tea towel or something you can hold on to, even a cushion. So we're going to grab the strap or your prop of any kind. And we're just going to slowly bring those hands together. So just take your time here. We're opening up chest and shoulder blades. Keep the knees soft, core tucked. And we're going to breathe into this movement. It's like we're pulling the arms away from each other. A couple of breaths here. Expanding the chest. And then slowly release. Take your time. We're going to go the other way. So we might have to adjust a little. One side might even be different to the other. Slowly bring those fingertips towards each other. It's not a competition, just feel into it. So we're going into a gate pose variation from our neutral tabletop. So just tuck the toes and do a little hover here for a minute just to activate the core. I know we did a few before. Exhale down. This time do it with the soles of the backs of the feet on the ground, so tops of the feet making contact with the earth, and see if you can do a little lift there too. It's strong, isn't it? Beautiful though. Keep that spine nice and rounded and release. And we're going into our gate, so I'm just going to allow the back knee or the back foot to do an angle that way, so that I can face you, and the other leg is going to come out to the side. You want the side of the foot to make contact with the earth, so it feels like you're grounding in there. We're just going to lift up here for a moment. If you need a blanket under your knees, feel free. Maybe you're even on carpet. So we're going to make sure that these muscles are activated in the legs and the side of the foot. If you can, feels like it's connected to the earth. Use a block here if you need, or you can go onto your fingertips. Make sure the hips come forwards here, don't collapse. Hips come forwards, top arm overhead, palm down, and you'll feel this sort of rotation so the chest is opening up. And if that feels good for you, you can even look at the ceiling Or maybe that creates a little bit too much in the hips, so you can just look down to the earth. You may even end up going down onto the palm, or you might choose to go a little higher and get a prop under the arm here. Beautiful gate pose, so nice on the hips. Lovely. And then bring that arm back down and we'll come all the way up if you can. A little counter stretch here. Don't lean into the leg. Just allow the arm to come up. And you'll feel that on the other side of the body. Feels so good. A couple of breaths in the pose. Beautiful. Let's change sides. So we'll come down to neutral tabletop for a minute. Let's do some little rotations of the hips, little circles here, because it really does open up the hips and the side body, the gate pose. So lovely. I'm going to change sides so that you can still see me. The back, opposite leg now, we'll do that angle at the back. And then the other leg will come out to the side. Try and get the side of the foot to feel connected and the thighs are activated here. Beautiful. Use a block or your fingertips coming down to the ground and top arm overhead. Palm down, the hips are coming forwards and the chest is rotating here so you're not collapsing into it. Opening up. Reach for length so you almost feel like there's a big long line from the fingertips to the side of the foot. Beautiful. And then looking at the ceiling, we'll create a little bit more. Or perhaps you prefer to look at the front. Lovely. Slowly come up. Excellent. Little counter stretch. Just place the hand there gently. Top arm overhead. So not collapsing, keeping everything nice, expanding for length. One more breath here and back. Beautiful. Hopefully the knees didn't take too much in that. Back to our neutral position. Do some more lovely big circles. You can even freestyle it here if you feel like you need wriggles or circles. You'll feel that spaciousness in the hip already, more than likely. Beautiful. And since we've already warmed up with our gate variation, we're just going to sit back, one leg out to the side. Inhale to arch, exhale to sit back. You'll feel that inner thigh stretch this time. Maybe even an ITB bend, extension or stretch there. Inhale, come up, do a little arch. Exhale back. Beautiful. Back to center, go the other way. Inhale. Exhale, sitting back. Inhale. Exhale. Swing the hips back towards the heels. Feel that lovely stretch on the side of the leg. And come all the way up. Beautiful. This time we're going to come all the way down to the ground. So you can choose your plank. Try it on the toes if you like. You want to keep the shoulder blades rounded. And the neck is nice and long. Keep the elbows in and down to the ground we go. Untuck the toes. Cobra here. Inhale to lift. Exhale down. Do that 2 more times. Let the forehead take a little rest on the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Last one in your own time. Exhale. Beautiful. Take crocodile for a moment. We're about to prepare for our locust pose. But you just want to relax here for just a moment. Let all the things sink into the earth. All of the body parts, just relax here. And then when you're ready, keep that neck nice and long. We're just going to place both arms in front for the locust. So you can do alternate arm to leg here, lifting on the inhale and exhaling down, or you can try doing both. So keep the hips nice and square. Inhale, exhale. 2 more times. Third locust. And exhale. Take crocodile. And then for the bow pose, similar sensation in the lower back, but you'll be bending the knee. And you can do one leg at a time here if you like, so opposite arm to leg. Or you can try both. Opposite arm is your option. You can try both. It's not a competition. So both feet into the hands. Use the force of the legs to push you up. Keep breathing here. You will rock a little. Gorgeous. Releasing gently. Go straight into our child's pose now for a counter stretch on our spine. So knees wide, toes touching, hips come all the way back, forehead to the earth. Your choice of where your arms want to be. You might want to extend them out in front of you, or maybe you just want to place them behind you, sort of resting behind the feet, beside the knees sort of thing. And breathe into your back body. You should feel beautiful space coming into the body. Something about child's pose, it's just so beautiful for the hips. Of course, if your knees hurt being wide, you might prefer them nice together, close together. You can still do the same movement. Beautiful. So let's lift up with the hands. We're just going to do a couple of low lunges before we get to sort of lie back down. So just bring that foot out in front here. You can use the ground as support or blocks as well. And allow the hips to come towards the earth, but don't fully let go of the muscle tension here. You want to be able to see the foot in front of you. Beautiful. If you can, rest that opposite arm, opposite hand on the ground for a rotating twist here. Beautiful. Breathe here. Option to lift the back leg, back knee, tucking the toes at the back. And then bring the fingertips to the side of the ears. We'll just do a little elbow to elbow action here. Elbow to elbow, rotating the cervical spine. Feels so nice. Beautiful. 3 of those. Inhale. Do a little reach for the skies before we place the back knee down. And head to knee or half split, just lift those toes at the front, straighten the front leg, and allow for the hamstring stretch. 3 breaths here. Beautiful. Inhale, come forwards for the low lunge. 1 more, just to let the hip expand. If you're feeling okay here, you might even let go of the ground and lift the arms. Lovely. You can do whatever you want with the arms, actually. Maybe you want to reach. Maybe you want to do cactus arms. Maybe you're just happy with them up straight ahead. And then release, and we'll change sides. Knees back together, other foot come forward. Make sure it's really far in front so you can see the foot here. Don't let go of all the muscle tension yet. Expanding the hip here and the hip flexor. Use the ground as support, so place that hand down here. You can put it on a book or a block if you can't reach the floor. Little twist. And then the option here to lift the back knee off the ground if you like. You don't have to, it's under your option. So whether your knee is on the ground or not, it doesn't matter. We can still do the elbow to elbow, fingertips to the ears. Exhale, little round of the spine. Inhale to open. Exhale, elbow to elbow. Third one. Beautiful. Back knee down. And if you feel stable, you can then bring the hips back toward the heels, front toes pointing to the ceiling, head to knee. Hamstring stretch here. Half split. Keep breathing. And then inhale, come all the way back to the low lunge. And you can hold onto the floor here, or if you feel stable enough, you can lift all the way up with the arms. Reach for the sky, maybe even do cactus arms here. Beautiful. And then bring the arms down. Front foot will come to the back foot. And I'm just going to swing around so you can see me. Give the legs a little wriggle, give them a shake. Sitting in our stick pose, Dandasana. And get some length in the torso here. Get some space. You can always sit on a blanket or a block or under the knees, supporting the knees if you need to. Inhale for length, exhale, walk the hands out. Round the spine and release the lower back. Exhale, tension here. And come up. We'll do a little twist, looking over the shoulder. Other side. One more either side, good measure. Beautiful. Okay, so bring that foot over to the knee here for our seated pigeon. Keep the toes flexed if you can. And we're just going to allow the torso to come forwards over the legs, that outer hip stretch. And inhale, come up. So you have the option of leaving the legs there if you like. Or you can bring the foot to the side of the hip so that we've got both feet on the ground here in our cow face legs. Holding onto the feet. If the sit bones don't feel like they're sitting on the floor here, you can just go back to the seated pigeon. Beautiful. Do another hip opener here. Leaning forward a little. You should feel that on the outside there. Deep in the hip. Keep breathing. Inhale, come up. And then we're going to change sides. So, cross the legs. This time we'll bring the foot over to the other knee for our reclined pigeon to start. Of course, support the knee if you need to. Keep the toes flexed. Inhale. Exhale over the legs. Excellent. Coming up, we're going into our cow face legs again, so feel free to either stay here as option one or bringing that bottom foot around to the side of the hips so that both feet are on the ground, a bit like what we did at the start with the cow face arms. Holding onto the feet, sit bones are on the floor, and exhale when you're ready, bending over those legs that are stacked on top of each other. At any point, if this is hurting your knees, you can always go back to pigeon variation. Lovely. Inhale, come up. Uncross the legs. We're going to bring them out now wide into our straddle pose, about 45 degrees. You can still sit on a block here or support the knees if you need to. Keep the toes active. Walk the hands out. Just keep breathing here, releasing anything in the inner thighs and the hips. Noticing how tension releases on the exhale. A little movement. And walk the hands up. Coming out of this pose and into a side bend now. So slide the arm down the leg, top arm overhead, palm facing down. Opening up the rib cage, maybe even straightening that top arm for a bit more depth in the stretch. Breathe here. One more big breath. And inhale, coming up, slide that arm down the other leg, top arm overhead, palm down. Straighten the arm if you feel like it. Creates a bit more expansion in the rib cage. Center. Beautiful. Gently help the knees to come back in together. We'll do a bound angle or butterfly legs. Hold on to the feet here and a little bend over the legs if you can. You can do some circles too actually while we're here, rotating around. That feels good. Maybe even changing direction when you're ready. And then I'm going to come on down to the mat here. I'm just going to roll down if you feel like it, each part of the spine meeting the earth. And then just let everything sink into the ground now for a moment. Bring the feet as close to the buttocks as you can. We're going to place the palms down beside the hips, lifting up the hips into our bridge pose. And exhale, roll the spine down. Inhale to lift. And exhale to roll the spine down. Go at your pace. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. This time, let the legs suspend lightly up in the air, a bit weightless. Just notice how that feels. Maybe even rotate the ankles. And then we'll do that again with our breath. So we can do a plow pose here too if you choose. You might want to swing the legs back, maybe support the hips with the hands. And eventually you might even choose to bring the legs all the way up, making the body somewhat straight. You can rest the body in the hands if you like, or you can just keep the hands there as a bit of a support. Plow pose if you choose, otherwise just keep doing the legs suspended in the air from lying on the mat. All inversions feel beautiful. It's nice to have the legs and the heart higher than the head. Something very therapeutic about inversions. Take a few breaths here. And when you're ready, you might even choose to try and allow the toes to come towards the ground and then slowly roll the spine all the way down. Beautiful. And then just raise the legs again. We'll do some more little rotations if you like for ankles. And then just relax back to the mat, and we'll do windshield wipers from here, so keep the feet stationary and the knees go side to side. Maybe even lingering one side to another, depending on how the hips feel here. Really feeling that on the side of the hips. And then place the legs over, one leg over the other, like as if you're cross-legged in a chair. Lift up the chest and the head here to activate the core. So try not to strain the neck here. It's a real core exercise. You can do some little pulses with the hands just to help activate our tummy muscles. Keep breathing. Release the head and the neck back to the ground, and we're going to change sides. So placing the leg over the other, as if cross-legged in a chair. Lift the legs off the mat and then the head and the chest. Activating the core here, not straining the neck if you can. Pulses with the arms, keep breathing of course. You can just keep the chest and head back on the ground if you are straining the neck. It's still an activation of the core. And release, feet back to the mat. So we're going to do that again with a twist now. So crossing back at the start where we started. This time we're going to bring the knee across the body with the opposite arm. You can place a block or a cushion under the knee here if you need support for the spinal twist. Looking out at the arm, outstretched on the other side to complete the twist. And just let gravity release all the tension in the body. Breathing deeply. Beautiful. Take long if you need it. If you want to do a quad stretch as well here, you might reach for the bottom foot and bring the foot towards the buttocks for a quad stretch in the twist. It's only an option though, otherwise just stay in the twist as long as you feel comfortable. Change sides whenever you're ready. Crossing the legs, other side. Bring that knee across the body with the opposite arm. Pillow or block here to support the spine if you need. Arms outstretched. If your neck is okay, you can look at the outstretched arm. Just let gravity help you twist, literally wringing out the stress of the weekend. Keep breathing. And option, only an option, you can do a quad stretch as well. So reaching for that bottom foot and pulling the foot towards the buttocks to stretch the quad muscle here as well. Does that feel? And twist when you're ready. Back to the mat now. Do a scan of how the body feels. Maybe there's something you feel you need before our Shavasana. Make sure you're nice and warm as we prepare for our Shavasana. I always place 2 blocks just under the tops of my thighs, or even a cushion under the knees to support the lower back. I'm going to sit up here and guide you through the meditative part of our practice. And I do thank you for joining me this final episode 10 of our series. So just allow yourself to sink into the earth, to become a little heavier. Let letting go of any last bits of tension or tightness in the body. Breathing and releasing. Completely letting go here. Just making sure the body is a mirror image, right to left. It feels like the same amount of weight on each side. And just adjusting, little adjustments as needed here. For fully relaxing, releasing, and letting go. Checking that the soles of the feet all the way up the legs, through the knees and the quads, the hips, completely relaxed here, releasing any last bits of tension in the stomach, back, the chest, the shoulders, releasing anything left in the arms or the hands, through the jaw, through the face, all the way up to the crown of the head. The whole body completely relaxed. Just allowing yourself to completely surrender to the present moment. Remembering your intention you set at the start, allowing your spacious body, relaxed mind to completely let go. You can stay in this beautiful, relaxed, spacious place, or you can finish your practice today with a namaste. You can stay lying down. I hope you do stay a little longer and meditate on your achievements here today, and just give yourself a huge dose of gratitude for carving this time out for yourself and for joining me I truly appreciate you. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Bye.